Hello and welcome to the Performance Racing League. You are joined today by your commentator Lucas Aid for round 6 of, I believe, 15, but I'll double check that. And we are at Monza with 10 minutes to go in qualifying session number 1. Mr. Bean currently leading from his teammate Joe, and McLaren 1-2, something we're almost used to seeing in real life. As Mr. Bean runs slightly off the track, looks like Mr. Bean may be trying to give Joe some tow, but let's take a little look at the telemetry. So Mr. Bean low on battery. Actually, so is Joe. I think they're both just going into the pits. So a bit of synchronized in-laps is what I'm thinking there. So let's move on to some of the other drivers. And yep, they have indeed gone into the pits. Justin on 100%, gearing up. Good to see Martin back in the Williams. And I think Goldsource, he's on the intermediate tyre. So far it's a damp track. Only one driver currently on the soft, but they haven't left the pit lane, so it looks like inter conditions. And whilst everyone is kind of figuring out what to do, let's take a little look at the standings. And actually I need to post this this stream as well, so give me 2 seconds to do that. Butler has invalidated. Viper though, 7/10 of an improvement, so let's ride on board with the Haas driver. Right, so a lot of activity, people are now switching onto the softs, so this is what we were waiting for. The track's dried up, 7 minutes to go. Expect some exciting lap times to come. Spin and Win currently the fastest driver, but he set a 1:25.9 on inters, which kind of was the wake-up call. Everyone needed to switch. They have certainly done so. So both McLarens are now out on the soft. I believe everyone soon will be on that tyre. And there's just about enough time, I think, to do 2 stints. And there's some new names here that I'm not seeing. So X-Bolt, Slinger, Shadow. Nice to see you in PRL, the Performance Racing Leagues. Todokori as well. Welcome. Hi. Cac Supreme. Interesting. Maybe this is Noob's new account name, but if not, welcome. If so, then welcome back. Nice to see Ramsey back as well. And 17 drivers. It's a nice looking grid. So plenty of excitement. But anyway, let's ride on board because both McLarens already flying. Now it's going to be hard to obviously see what the baseline times are because, well, I was expecting there to be a massive improvement, but I think Mr. Bean made a massive mistake. So his lap somehow is slower than Inter's, but Joe is looking more like a standard lap. Let's follow it through. Into sector 2, and then these two right-handers, they can catch you out. You've got to try and take a lot of curb. And in this one, you really want to straight line it. Yeah, you kind of attack inwards earlier than you think. Ride it out to the curb, and then activate that DRS. And a surprisingly long straight with a lot of elevation change. And then this very difficult Ascari section here. Early upshift to 6, pretty controlled, good as like a banker. But yeah, it's a tough corner. You can carry a little bit more speed than that, but at the same time you can mess it up pretty easily. And then Parabolica, yeah, slightly different lines that you can take. Joe attacking that on the inside quite early and then rolling it to the outside, and he's bailed out and sped into the pit lane, which is I think okay on the first one from memory. So was not happy with the lap time, and he's decided with 4 minutes to go he's better off just putting a new set of softs on and going again. So Martin as well. The track does look surprisingly slippery, so I'm guessing it's cold, the track surface. Ramsey also on an outlap, and Bass and Villeneuve wants to watch. In fact, Bass did just set his lap a 1:27.2. Martin 2 seconds improved, so looking like he's going to be on pole by over a second. I think this is the first driver to sort of set a true soft tyre lap. And Villeneuve, 3 seconds improvement. So yeah, we're going to expect sub 125s now. Let's stay on board with Martin. He's about to cross the line. It's a 1:23.2. So excellent lap. That's the target for now. And then on to Villeneuve. It's a 1:24.2. Yeah, I definitely felt like some low 1:24s were on the cards. But yeah, this 1:23 is pretty awesome. 3 minutes to go as well. Now most drivers are in the pits, but I would expect them to come out in the next few seconds. Bass is on a hot lap, so he's doing a second flying lap, and this one's looking beautiful. Purple sector 2, nice and early in 6th gear for the exit. He'll be quite happy with that. And whilst Bass is completing his lap time, just for the standings, so Mr. Bean is leading the PRL Tier 1 Championship as of round 6, or as of end of round 5 I should say, which was in Belgium last week, and he's ahead of Gordsource by 1 point and Bass by 13 points. So there's some of the drivers to look out for, both of these Mercedes drivers, and to be honest both of the McLarens are always worth looking at. But there's plenty of great drivers through the order. Morris in 4th, Rusty and Tar Heels, big shout out to them. Not spoken much about them, but yeah, excellent stuff in the Salvers. Martin with the 1:23.2 though is looking very, very tasty. So we've got Ramsey on a hot lap, and we've got Rusty. Okay, let's stay on board with Rusty. Speaking of the Salvers, it's going into the last corner. Slightly wider line, runs it right out onto that sort of Astro-looking painted tarmac. That's a 1:22.7 from Rusty. What a lap time! Todokori with a 1:23.9 as well. So lap times are absolutely flying down. I mean, you've got to be, if you're in the pits, I think now you've got to start coming out, gear up for that lap. But it's almost like who blinks last. You probably want to be the last one to cross the line. Ramsey, apologies for missing some of your lap, but that's a fantastic time there. So now we're getting towards the really high level lap times. 1:20.1, fantastic stuff. Right, so Gold Source, he's flying. He's on a new lap. So let's sort of track that one in the background. Justin, we've not really spent any time with Justin, but he's always there or thereabouts come the end of a session. Botslinger says he needs a new invite. I can try my best, mate. I don't think we're friends on the game, I mean. So, yeah. I think you might need to ask one of the admins in Discord. That's my advice to you. But anyway, staying on board with Justin. This is looking good. 1:21.0. Yeah, that looked very, very fast indeed from Justin. Great job there. Really good session. Everyone's so close together. I mean, look at that top 2, and even working down, it's pretty impressive. Bear in mind, people haven't even set their fastest laps yet. Todokori, almost a second improved, but he's invalidated. That's a shame. And that will be, I think, the end of his session. Yep. Gourd Sauce flying the 1:23, completely missed let's have a look and see how the McLarens are doing, because like I say, they're always ones to watch. So Joe just got in there. He's setting his final flying lap. Mr. Bean slightly further up the track. So far looking good. However, it's still a bit off the pace, I have to say. If that delta is correct, he is nowhere near the 120 mark. So he's going to have to really keep pushing on here and eat away at his lap time. Gord only 1 second improved as well, but he did cross the line. Okay, so he's just started his hot lap, apologies. So he just about timed that correctly. No time left though, so Viper and Botslinger unfortunately will be starting at the back of the pack. And in this case, it's quite a big pack. Mr. Bean, though, purple in Sector 2, so he's really pushing on here. So we've got a few drivers to watch. Also, Spin and Win, so many good drivers here. Shadow's improved massively, and he's gone into P7 as Villeneuve has retired. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not, but let's keep flying and keep tracking with Mr. Bean. He's just gone around Parabolica. He's about to cross the start-finish line. And it's a 1:19.6 for the McLaren driver. What a fantastic job there. Provisional pole. Really turned it around after Sector 1. That is beautiful. And Joe takes pole by 5 thousandths of a second. Wow. And Gord, if the delta's correct, is absolutely nowhere. I think he's messed up. Yep, he's gone. Spin and Win into P4 with the 120.4. That's beautiful. And Noob has invalidated. So I think Ramsey is the main challenger, but looking at his time, he has not done enough. CAC 15 down. Martin, I was about to say, Martin was on a 1:19.672. Apologies, Martin. Almost missed you. Gord Source in P4 with the 1:19.8. That is some excellent, honestly, excellent lap times. Great session. Very impressive. Very close lap times there. I mean, just look at that top 4. And then look all the way down to sort of top 10. It's pretty close. So very good lap times indeed. And the McLaren boys pulled that off under pressure. They didn't quite get all of their lap times correct, but at the end of the day, all that matters is the one that counts on the score or on the leaderboard. And that is what they've done there with their final flying laps. 5 thousandths of a second between the two of them. Pretty much in formation the whole session. And Martin sneaking it into P3. We love to see that. Good to see Martin back. GK, Bass and Gord in the Mercedes will still be pretty happy, I think. So in terms of the championship, I mean, everyone's up there, right? All of the drivers that are in contention have qualified towards the top. But anyway, let's run you through the final classifications for this round 6 PRL Monza qualifying session. Joe and Mr. Bean in first and second respectively in the McLarens. Excellent job from the McLaren team. Martin rounds off those podium positions for quali in third. Bass 4th, Gord 5th, Spin in the Red Bull 6th, Noob 7th, Justin 8th, Ramsey 9th, great job there, Rusty 10th, excellent, CAC 11th, Shadow 12th, Villeneuve 13th, Todakori 14th, Butler 15th, Ghost 16th, and Boltslinger rounds off the grid in 17th. The final 2 or 3 drivers, I think, were unable to set a proper lap time. So we should now have a 2-minute break, and then we'll return and begin the race. Very exciting. Very exciting. But yeah, welcome back everyone. Hope, do not worry at all, man. I mean, yeah, if you followed on with that qualifying, I think the race is going to speak for itself, quite frankly. But just, yeah, make sure you get better, man. I've had a really busy few weeks myself. I've barely been playing anything or like able to do any streaming. But I'm sure we'll be able to sync up pretty soon. And as for everyone else, thanks for tuning in as always. Great to have you around. If you've got any questions, feel free to message. If you're interested in joining the league as well, feel free to talk to me. Once upon a time I did race in PRL. And just a quick reminder for those who are still listening. Well, first of all, there's about a 1-minute break, so if you need to use the toilet, now's the time. But for those that are ready and wanting to go, Mr. Bean is currently leading the championship by 1 point over Gord Source, and then GK Bass is in third, but he's only 13 points off. So top 3 super close. Then Morris is in fourth with 106 points, so he's 24 off the leader, who's on 130. Joe, who qualified I think second, he's in 6th place, but he's only 52 points off the leader, so it's very, very tight. And actually, interestingly, quite a few different race winners and lots of different podium finishers. So it's looking pretty tasty. And yeah, some of these drivers have been in PRL for quite a long time, which is really nice to see. But also to the new drivers, it's fantastic. Wow, it just put me in a car. Shit. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but that is a really good point. I was looking at my phone the entire time. Do I have to quit to main menu? Like, what do I even do here? I actually genuinely don't know what... I've never had this happen to me before. Do I have to, like, go back to the main menu and join again? Or do I wait for the car to launch and just retire? Let me look at the chat. I'm going to have to message in the chat. They should either restart or you wait and retire. Yeah. Well, it's starting in 10 seconds. Race. Todokori's saying to race. I'm on controller right now. You do not want me retiring the pits. Yeah, we'll do. Here we go. I'm going to commentate from the race. I assume there's no...
Okay, clutch out. Go.
Here we go. Oh, I've never ever played this game on controller before. And wow, it's looking pretty wet, and I am not looking forward to this. I'm just going to back right off. 3 abreast, no idea what's going on. Worst comms ever. Wow, they're bloody slow through here, aren't they? They're a bit shit. God, some excellent driving up front. just sizing up Boltzlinger right now in 17th. Ramsey down in 16th, so something's clearly happened to him there. And I'm taking a little bit of evasive action. I don't want to crash into anyone. That'll be super awkward. But it looks like a bit of a struggle there for Ramsey. And I have no idea what's going on up front. Just going to eke it through here.
That's a decent start. Good job.
The engineer's saying a decent start. That is the most patronising bullshit I've ever heard. What an awful start this would have been. Oh, I'm so weird on controller. I actually feel more pressure, right? I feel more pressure doing this one pointless lap on a controller on comms than when I'm racing for real. This is crazy. Right, through Ascari. I'm feeling like Crofty on Sky Sports when he gets given like a really nice car to drive around in at Silverstone. Crofty being called into Alfie, that's actually so funny. I think I'm actually somehow going slower than Crofty was going. Here we go, someone did something. I think they set the fastest lap. Oh, I should have pressed the buttons for the pit lane, doesn't matter. Right, wow, that was fun. Excellent opening lap time. Ramsey, I think, still in 15th. Here we go, cool. Let's get this all set up. So, Mr. Bean is in first. Martin, though, has jumped into second, but he's under a little bit of attack. Wow, really concertinaing up there. No one crashing into each other, though. But yeah, Joe down 2, so maybe had a bit of an awkward start, but he's still in the fight. Good defending from Martin, though. And otherwise, all seems pretty controlled. Nothing really bad. I think the worst performer was Ramsey, and then Butler up 5. And yeah, a typical sight, I've DNF'd on lap 1 and I'm in last. Yeah, there's a reason why I don't race as much now. Congrats on your 3 points, yeah. Oh dear. Wow, really close, almost side by side there. And I think, is that the Red Bull spin that's maybe going to pull alongside? Nope, my eyes are deceiving me. It's just the spray. A little bit of a dummy there. But no, oh, that was close. That was close. I think just about got away with that there. Almost a late move from spin on Bass. And Martin and Joe are side by side, but I think Joe's got slightly faster straight line speed. And looking at it, spin and win as well. This is super tight. Oh, there's going to be contact. That was almost inevitable there. Spin into Martin. A bit awkward, but I think they kind of get away with it. I think Spin and Win's going to try and crack on and get a move done here, though. Let's see. Very difficult to overtake in these conditions. Somehow, I think both of their cars are in perfect condition from that. Oh dear. Oh. Drifting around there, but kind of gets away with it. Slightly almost holding up GK through that chicane though. This is looking super close. In the meantime, the two McLaren have now broken away in first and second. Martin 1.6 down, himself looking to try and escape this pack, which I think may happen looking at the way Spin and Win has been driving so far. No offence to him, of course. He's a good driver. But let's see. Bass thrives in these conditions, so he'll be just waiting and seeing what goes on. Probably seeing a lot of sliding from Spin and Win, which will give him confidence. Yeah, no speeding pen. I've got too many speeding pens in my life. At that track at Monza. Oh, Bass, good save. That was a fantastic save. I thought he was going to spin around. Joe's setting the fastest lap, so he's closing in on his teammate for the win. Let's hope they keep it clean and respectful. We don't want another sort of McLaren inter-team battle playing out. This is fantastic though. This little race for third position is really shaping up. And Martin he had a whole lap there to himself, but he just couldn't quite do what he needed to do. And he's allowed that pack to catch back up onto him. Spin and Win elects not to go for the late move this time. Nice and controlled, perhaps sort of learning a little bit from last time. So yeah, everyone of course on inters. And Joe was 4 attempts, we're slightly slowed down compared to Mr. Bean so far, but it's only been 2 sectors. Otherwise, let's try and give some viewing time to some of the lower order runners. We've got Cac Supreme, I can't say that name seriously. Let's call him Cac. he's a half a second down on Boltzlinger, so that could be shaping up into a little battle there. Villeneuve, one of the mainstays of PRL, he's in 11th place, just catching up to Butler. But Spin and Win, we've got to go back on board. I think this is the battle for now. I mean, Justin though, making waves. He lost a position, but he's really trying to catch up. Good pace there. Honestly, what I want to know now is how do people play this game on controller? That's crazy. Anyone that does that, if you can do that and you're fast, I tip my hat off to you. Because maybe I have arthritic thumbs, but that is crazy. I don't know how you can confidently feel your way around a corner with like just your left thumb. Like the precision required to be quick. That's mad. But anyway, Bass, something's gone on there. Rusty and Justin, something's happened. Oh, it's getting tight there. Justin really wants to get past. I think Rusty was slightly shutting the door. Does not want to allow probably the slightly faster car at this stage through. And you know, he's entitled to defend. How much longer can he defend for? And we got, meanwhile, GK Bass super close, but we'll stay on board with Justin for now. He's going to try and shape up this move in Ascari. Already his line looks a lot better, so he's going to try and swerve it to the inside. He lost a bit of traction though, which was a shame because the idea was fantastic. But he's going to have to try again now with the same tactic through Parabolica. So expect a slightly wider line perhaps. Slightly later turn in, we'll see. Mr. Bean sets the fastest lap, but Spin and Win takes it away. And apologies, yes, so Spin and Win moving on nicely there. And we've got so Battery alongside Martin. His front wing is just alongside. Side by side, turn 2 there, a little bit of contact. Basto takes the place, very respectful driving. He just put his car where he needed it to. And Martin had to give space. And ultimately it was a bit of a traction battle. And in this case, Bass came off on top. Meanwhile, there's a lot of action here, wow. Martin can't quite get back past Bass, and I believe someone just got a 10-second penalty. Was that for speeding in the pits? I'm not sure. Commiserations to Corey, it does happen. Not all of us can memorise those pit entry lines. But wow, this is a great battle, and I noticed, apologies, there's so much going on. Justin did overtake Rusty, I think that move was coming, a bit inevitable, but it's done nonetheless. And yeah, let's see what Martin can do. He's now down 2 places from his starting position, but he's looking feisty. He's got some good pace, and he'll be sizing up fast to re-overtake. And in the meantime, the 2 McLarens are just maintaining that sort of 2 to 3 second buffer over the trailing pack. Looking really good. Lap 6 of 27, and it's round 6 of the Performance Racing League for Tier 1. Well, I think it's just 1 tier now for Sundays, so the Sunday tier. And here we go, Martin. He brings his car to the left-hand side. He knows he's got enough pace to just make this move very comfortable. And Bass does not want to fight it, because ultimately he does not want to lose time to those around him. So very sensible. Although Martin, bad traction on exit. And I think that's going to allow Bass to just make a simple overtake. Yeah, really, really smart from Bass. Just played it safe, very comfortable. And a nice bit of traction off turn 2. Super frustrating though for Martin. And Spinnowin struggling to catch up to the lead 2 drivers, but he has broken away, so he's kind of by himself in his little bubble. Not a bad place to be with so much time left. Noob, who we've not really concentrated on, is holding his own in the Alpine. And I have to say, Ramsey, not really followed him much, but from being down in, I think, 15th at one point, 15th or 16th, he is up to 10th. So he's showing he's got fantastic pace and overtaking ability, because you can get a little bit held up around Monza. And he's now shaping up Rusty, who's slightly fallen off the back of Justin. Justin, I think, will feel a bit annoyed by how his strategy has gone so far. He's got a 5-second deficit, but he certainly has the pace to catch it up. He'll catch that up. So Ramsey, he might be slightly too far back, but let's see. With Rusty's battery flashing, maybe he's just given up the position altogether. Interesting. I think he was slightly too late to react on the battery, but who am I to say? I probably would have done worse. But yeah, Ramsey comfortably gets past Rusty in the end. Just got to be a bit careful with the battery. And speaking of battery, wow. Some battery usage has been quite heavy. Oh, nice exit from Noob. Is he going to go for the move here? No, he's not. But really nice though. Looking very, very feisty. That's super scary for Gord. Gord, he was suddenly struggling a little bit. I don't know if he made a mistake, but he's just not looking quite as fast through that section. Notice as well, spin and win 3.5 seconds off the lead 2 drivers. So I think both McLarens are really picking up or maintaining a really fast pace. Noob is trying to, Gordsource is trying to reclaim as much battery as he can before the main straight, which is super smart. Definitely the way to play it. Here we go then. Will Noob go for the move? I think he will. Oh wow! An interesting idea to go around the outside, but that late. Very surprising. But you know, it's all safe and fair. Right, so we've got Martin. Who else? Joe. You can still see Mr. Bean. But as of right now, there's not too many overtakes. I mean, everyone is very close together, but they're all kind of awkwardly just outside of DRS range. Kind of unusual, to be honest, for Monza. But the intermediate conditions are probably what is causing this. If anything, Ramsey might be the most interesting to watch. I mean, the pack of Ramsey and Justin, if they can work together, keep it clean. I could see both of them storming up the order. They're looking very rapid right now. Sort of Corey. I say you got past Shadow. Oh, okay, Shadow spun. Oh, careful. Got to be careful there. Careful with the throttle, mate. Oh, it's unlucky. It's all good. It's just got to be a little bit more gentle. But you know, it happens. It happens. You know, it happens, and he's trying to get out of the way. But my advice would obviously be to reverse a bit more. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. At least the cars are ghosted nowadays. Yeah, that's so frustrating when that happens, isn't it? Really frustrating, because you're just like, yeah, you want to get back out on track, and everyone is just coming constantly. There you go. That was awesome. That was nice. That was a perfect way to rejoin there. Very, very good. Yeah, nothing is more annoying than when you spin out and the whole pack of cars are just there. And amidst all that chaos, we've got Ramsey now closing in on Justin, and Noob kind of remaining in touching distance, of Gord. Martin and Bass continue to fight, but I'm not convinced they want to go for overtakes at this stage. I think they're too conscious of the cars in front. Boltzlinger is catching up to the back of Supreme. In terms of penalties, there are a few now. So Justin and Butler with the 3-second corner cutting pens, and Todokori with 16 seconds of pens. So not quite his day so far, but it happens. And this is Boltzlinger coming up behind the lapped car, well, should be lapped car of Shadow. I mean, I can't remember what the PRL rules are anymore. All I know is in the old PRL rules, I think that would have been quite naughty of Shadow, but maybe things have changed. Maybe you don't have to get out of the way anymore. Meanwhile, Ramsey going past Justin, another almost kind of inevitable move. I think he had the pace, but great job, great recovery from the Aston driver. And he's just got to put his head down now. He's got a 5.3 second deficit to Noob, which I honestly believe he can catch up. And I assume that they'll be stopping once this race. Even that's questionable though. We'll see what they do. We'll see when they pit. But yeah, 5 seconds, not bad at all. So great job. Martin, as close as I have seen to Bass for a long time. I think Bass is really struggling through those two right-handers. Seems to be his weak spot. But definitely doing a good job of recharging the battery. Living life on the edge, but it's working well. Will Martin go for the move into Ascari? No. Oh, Martin! Whoa! What a save. How on earth did he save that? That's crazy. I was certain he was about to die. Not in real life, obviously. And not only has he saved the car, he's just casually pulling up to the back of GK. This game is crazy. I think they've watched too many Max Verstappen videos and they're like, yeah, drifting. Drifting's fast. We allow drifting. Villeneuve getting past Rusty on the main straight seems to be the only place really that overtakes are happening in the Inters, which I'm a little bit surprised about because I thought that these weather conditions might provide a bit more overtaking in different places. What do I know? Lap number 12 of 27, almost halfway through. Martin living life on the edge. Do not touch the inside of those curbs. So that first right-hander one, that really does not like anyone. But I love it though, he's pushing so hard. It's great to see. Spin and Win still struggling slightly. It's one of those painful things in motorsport where it's a long stint. Safety car, Todokori has had a problem. Todokori has spun out on the exit of Ascari, I believe, and his car has just been recovered. I want to say that's where that happened. Either that or I missaw. Something happened anyway. It was on the exit of one of the chicanes. And yeah, the safety car is out. So this changes everything because, of course, it allows all the drivers to bunch up. But what I was saying before then was in these sort of conditions, previous or prior to the safety car, it's painful when you're just 1 or 2 tenths slower than the cars in front because every lap it just ekes out that gap and there's not too much you can do other than hope they make a big mistake. But yeah, wow, Noob with a 10-second speeding pen, not quite ideal. So every driver is putting a fresh set of inters on and that will see them comfortably through to the end. I think that was the strategy. Very, very simple. Don't need to overthink that one. I'd be shocked if anyone does anything different now. The main thing is just not getting blocked by your own teammate. So everyone has done that. Every single driver, I believe. Well, they will end up doing that. Supreme speeding in the pit lane as well. So I think that was 2 drivers. Now there is a question, if you do speed in the pit lane under safety car, do you just go straight back into the pits? Because I believe can you serve the 10-second? Actually, I don't even know anymore. Maybe I'm going crazy. But if you can serve the 10-second under safety car, maybe you just pit again. Assuming you have another set of intermediates. Questions I should really know the answers to. This is where I need Hoop. Hoop, come back. You actually know the rules. Oh, okay. Thank you, Professor. Yeah, you wouldn't think I'd been watching F1 since, I think, 2005, 2004. It's not even that. It's not that I don't watch it. It's just that I kind of lose track of the rule changes. Even though it has been the same now for years, but whatever. Right, so let's go back up to the leaders. Just see how that's playing along. And it looks, to be honest, most cars have already caught up. So I imagine one more lap of safety car. End of 14, it should come in. In terms of the championship, I mean, all of the main players are kind of up there. But looking back at the standings, Mr. Bean leading the championship, leading the race. Joe is in 6th in the championship, is in 2nd, so that's a great job to hopefully fight back against the likes of Gourd Sauce, who's in 4th in this race, 2nd in the championship, and GK Bass looking fantastic. Spin and Win is, I think maybe he's reserved. Let me have a look. Let me try and find him. I think he's reserved because he doesn't seem to be listed in the championship. Yeah, see, Hoop, what you've said, I've just seen your message. That's what I thought. I thought you can serve it under safety car, but I was doubtful there'll be a 3rd set of inters. So that's what I was thinking, to be honest. But it doesn't matter anyway. Well, let's see, actually. Is Cac doing it? Maybe he's going to answer the question for us. So he's serving the 10-second, and he's putting a set of inters on. And then if I go to pit stops, does it say if it's a new set? No, it just says inter to inter. So I don't know if it's a fresh set of inters, but I mean, I really hope for his sake. I really hope for his sake it's a fresh set, because otherwise that's tragic. Like, how many pit stops could you do in one safety car period? Yeah, either way, he has pit. And I believe, well, this is another thing with the game. So, obviously, in real life, the safety car would definitely go in at the end of this lap. But does it wait? Does it wait for Supreme? We'll find out, I guess. Either way, Mr. Bean leading this race, leading the championship. He'll be a little bit frustrated that the pack's bunched up, but he should be confident with his pace. The safety car's not come in, yeah. So the safety car has decided to politely wait for the Ferrari. No comment. Right, so it should be one more lap under safety car, just waiting for Supreme to catch up to the back of the pack. But I tell you what, Ramsey has come out of this very nicely indeed. Falling all the way down the order, I think, with a slight incident off the start. He's worked his way up slowly but surely to 7th place now, so up 2 from his starting position. He'll be really happy with that one. Always good to have Martin back. Only in Monza, yeah. The Tifosi would have perhaps had a bit of something to say to the stewards had they not allowed the safety car to stay out for one more lap. Love to hear it. You said it, not me, though. Spin up 3. He was slightly struggling, it has to be said, with the pace of the McLarens, but he's been given a second chance here in 3rd position to see how he gets on. And in terms of penalties, I believe there will be the 10-second for Noob. He decided not to pit again, so he's going to stick with the 10 seconds. Otherwise, Justin and Butler, just for this sort of exceeding track limits, the standard 3-second. Pretty clean race so far, though. Not really seen anything bad. A couple of little incidents with spin and win. And yes, the safety car is in this lap because the Ferrari has caught up. So here we go. Everyone is on a fresh set of inters, as you can see, 1 or 2 laps old. And really, it's been a very close race so far. I think anyone in the top, to be honest, anyone in the top 9 has the pace to win this, I would say, comfortably. But here we go, Mr. Bean then leaving a nice big gap to the safety car as we approach Parabolica. And really it's a question of when does he decide to launch. The safety car has just gone into the pits, so he's free to put his foot down whenever he wants. And he's gone. He has absolutely gone, so Mr. Bean elected to go. Joe very close behind, but spin and win with excellent reactions. He's all over the back of Joe. Joe is in some serious trouble here. Bass also in trouble. There's a lot. I think it was quite an exaggerated restart. That's allowed the likes of Spin and Win to really capitalise there. Side by side with Joe. A little bit of contact there, but Spin has the inside line, leaves a lot of space and takes second place off Joe. That's fantastic. Meanwhile, we've got Butler and Rusty side by side. A little bit of a squirmy exit there, or scribbly exit from Rusty. That allows Butler back into the fight. He's on the inside and he will, I think, maintain P11. But in the meantime, we've got Gord, Source and Noob. Gord taking the place. Further up the order, it's looking pretty close. We've got Martin and Ramsey. Sorry, Martin and Bass even, super close, side by side, apologies. But otherwise, a nice, quite clean restart. A little bit of side by side action, but nothing too crazy there. Noob was sizing up Justin, but thinks better of it. There is not enough room for 2 cars there. But Spin and Win, the big winner, capitalising on the predictable restart time of Mr. Bean, and he's up to second, getting past Joe. Oh, Noob right into the back of Justin. Oh, he's got to be careful there. A little bit of a slip and slide. He's got to be careful not to take anyone out there. And he does to be honest, Noob does a great job just aborting completely, but he's going to lose a lot of places. In the meantime, Martin all over the back of Bass. He's going to try and put his foot down through Parabolica, get a clean exit, and Joe wants to reclaim second place immediately. Yeah, sorry to hear it, Todokori, just reading in the chat, but meanwhile Joe has taken second place. Great exit. Spin and Win, who's going to be late on the brakes, or are they all going to be very respectful? That is the case here. So your order is Mr. Bean, Joe, Spin, Bass, Martin and Ramsey. Ramsey now up into 6th place and he's very close behind, so he is really in for the win at this stage. Some good battles further down as well. Rusty and Butler still super close together. They've been fighting ever since the restart. Noob had that awkward slip and slide moment through Ascari, but I think he rejoined quite safely. But he's got it all to do as he works up back through the order, which is a real shame. Let's just see, did the game give him any penalties? Nope, I don't think so. I think he already had one. Martin was so close. Will he go for the move in Ascari? Such a difficult place to overtake in, and he elects against it. He wants to focus on getting a great exit. Look how much curb he's taking. Very confident on the curbs, considering how wet it is. Didn't quite pay off, but it doesn't really matter. It's all about Parabolica. That looked so good. That looked absolutely perfect, to be quite honest with you. I don't think you can take Parabolica better than that in these conditions. And he is all over the back of Bass, who is going to struggle. It's going to be a bit of a battery game. Battle of the electric cars, almost. And let's see, as they work their way down. Yeah, very, very good driving there. I say that Martin slightly kisses the back of Bass, but I don't think he'll mind too much. No overtake yet. But Martin was very, very close. If he can wear down the battery life of Bass and put another lap in like that, I think he will get the move done. So Spin up 3. He's much, much closer to the back of the McLarens this time, though. He's keeping them within touching distance. Good job there. Everyone about half a second down in this train, so they're all sticking together. But the same story is that really the McLarens are attempting to just break away again. Mr. Bean has already done so. He's had pretty much the perfect race. You can't really fault it at all. Definitely driver of the day for now. Although Ramsey is probably putting up a good challenge for driver of the day with his excellent comeback performance. And speaking of him, he is very close to Martin. So again, it's all going to come down to Parabolica. You've got to try and maximise that exit. Gives you benefit all the way down this huge straight. Yeah, things slightly spreading out. Still 7 laps to go. We're now on lap... Sorry, apologies. 11 laps to go. Wait, what am I saying? Wow, 8 laps to go. My goodness. Lap 19 of 27 now. Let's give some view time to some of the lower cars. So Butler and Villeneuve fighting. I know Butler and Rusty were having a good go, but it looks like they've caught up as a duo to Villeneuve. So that could be shaping up into a little battle there for 9th. Ramsey still close to Martin, of course. And Spin still sticking close to McLaren. So not too much change in the last lap or two. But yeah, enough laps to go that anything can happen. I think Ramsey is probably the most exciting driver to watch right now. He's closing up to Martin. He's got terrific pace. I can only guess that he slightly messed up his qualifying, because he's looking much, much sharper. Butler's going to try to stay within a second. Not that it really matters. DRS is not even enabled, but psychologically it's big. Mr. Bean sets the fastest lap. He's 2.4 seconds ahead now. Really pulled away there. And looking at this, Ramsey alongside and overtakes Martin. Apologies, almost missed that. But excellent move. I think Ramsey's pace is looking so strong. For him, his biggest element is time. That's his biggest enemy. Only 7 flying laps. And he's got to try and make a move now. He's got 2.5 seconds buffer to the car in front. So he's got to try and push on. But looking at it, he has the pace to actually get past these next 2 cars. Maybe even the next 3. I think Mr. Bean might be the only other driver on track that's quicker than him. So excellent drive so far. And Spin is slightly losing ground to Joe. But all it takes is a little mistake and things will change. Further down, Butler and Villeneuve slightly closing in. And Supreme and Viper, actually. Viper, I believe, is the guy who keeps collecting all of the F1 Pokemon in Discord, which is crazy. I don't know how someone can always be available in the chat, like the second those Pokemon F1 drivers appear. I don't know what they're called. I don't know, F1 decks or something. Yeah, anyway, some of you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. In Discord, there's like a channel. And these random pictures of drivers and logos will appear, and you have to catch it like it's Pokemon. You catch the driver or the engineer by typing out its name. And I'm sure it's Viper. I don't know, he's just so keen. Anyway, that aside, Martin and Ramsey's still going for it. Ramsey's conserving battery. That opens the door to Martin. Wow, Martin very late to decide against that. Puts the brakes on. And he's happy to sit behind Ramsey for now. Ramsey's slightly losing ground actually to Bass on the last lap. Very, very close. We've not really spent a lot of time with Justin, but he's having a solid race. In terms of the penalties, 3 seconds. So far that's going to relegate him down to 9th. Spin and Win is in a position where he'll lose only 1 position. So none of these penalties are looking too bad for anyone. But it is frustrating, especially for Spin and Win, when you're racing so well, but no one around you has a penalty. But it is what it is. So just to update everyone on the standings, we've got Mr. Bean, who started in 2nd, but he swapped places with a great start. Up into 1st. Joe, I think, struggled off the line and went down to 3rd place, but he's recovered to 2nd, so he's down 1. Spin up 3, he's having an excellent race. I think the safety car did help him actually to regain a little bit of his composure. Bass steady 4th, Ramsey in 5th, excellent drive from him so far. Really impressed. Martin in 6th. I've been very impressed with Martin as well, to be honest. Just some of the battles didn't quite go his way, but terrific pace. Gord in 7th. I'm not really sure what's happened with Gord. It just looks like his race setup just isn't working in Sector 2. It'll be interesting to hear from him actually after the race, because I was expecting him to be slightly quicker, which is, I mean that in a respectful way, because he's super fast. Justin 8th, Villeneuve 9th, Butler 10th, Rusty 11th, Supreme 12th, struggling slightly and having this little battle with Ghost Viper, who was in 13th, and then Boltzlinger, the final driver to remain on the track, he's in 14th. And it's great to see him actually still driving around, hanging in there. Always good. Noob, Shadow, Todokori, and apparently myself are all DNF'd. You want to talk about my one? F1 Dex Legend Ghost Viper. Yeah, it is him. It is him. I knew it. I just imagine him being like sat on the toilet all day, like just with Discord on his phone, just waiting for like the Pokédex or F1 Dex to appear. But right, Martin 2 temps behind, so he's trying to get the place back from Ramsey. Has to be said, Ramsey is struggling a bit now, struggling for kind of not battery, but a bit of battery strategy, and he is now 3.6 off GK. I think at one point it was 2 seconds. So Martin is going to go to the inside nice and early. He's going to hang in there with that front wing, nice and late on the brakes. Perfect placement of the car. And Ramsey decides not to defend that too heavily, so it's going to become a bit of a traction battle. And it looks like Martin has got the better of the traction battle there, just by putting a little bit of a wheel on the curb. So Martin takes 5th place, really respectful driving from the pair of them. And that, well, this will probably continue all the way to the flag. So GK in a little bubble of his own, but any little thing can happen here. You can still comfortably see the lead drivers, and of course in his case with Spin and Win having the penalty, he is on the podium. So kind of a tough one. I suppose you just keep it within 3 seconds, to be honest, and you play it safe for the championship, but what do I know. Going back down the order. Whoa! We've just joined Supreme at an interesting time in the Ferrari. I don't know if that was lag, or if not, that was a terrific save. And here we go then. So Ramsey, this time a little bit further back. I think you want to be more like 4 temps, 3 temps to get into slipstream range, and then of course it becomes a bit of a battery game. I won't reveal the percentages, but some people like to delay things, some like to save the battery. I actually drive an EV now. I won't bore anyone, but it's very weird, the whole concept of like managing your charge, and like when you touch the brakes you really feel the difference when you're regenerating. Like you'll hear a lot of the F1 drivers say that, but it's genuinely true. Like even in a road car, you touch the brakes and you feel it, like, I don't know, it's so weird to describe, you feel it almost going into the car battery, and it doesn't quite feel natural, like the feeling is very different. It almost feels, I don't know, the braking almost feels a bit sluggish when it's in like heavy regen mode. Right, let's just ride on board with Mr. Bean for a little bit. So I'm in a terrific race. Not had to give him a lot of screen time because he's just been that perfect. But he's making his way around. He's on now lap 25 of 27. So 3 more flying laps to go for him. Really good stuff. His teammate is slightly coming under pressure from Spin. You can see Spin is really trying. He's making a real race of it for 2nd place, and it's been super exciting to watch. And the race pace shown by these guys and girls and people is fantastic. Wow. Yeah, really pushing there. It's so good to see this. Like making the most of the track width. Just putting it all out on the line there. Lost a little bit of time, but really trying hard. And up 3 places. He's also trying to, of course, escape GK's 3 second. And, you know, GK really needs to get a bit of a move on here, because half a tenth is not a good buffer against a 3 second pen. I think he's listening. Oh, spin and win with a very bad moment. That is a problem. So he's pushed really hard. I mean, no disrespect at all. He's got to push, right? Oh, Gordsos with the 3 second pen. Martin's off. Martin's off the track, off the exit of Ascari. That allows Gordsos through, who himself just messed up and has a 3 second pen. And now Justin, who's been patiently waiting on lap 26 or 27. He has taken P7 from Martin, although he has a penalty himself. But yeah, really interesting stuff here. Ramsey in P5 now in his own little bubble. So wow, things are changing, and changing fast. Also, so Spin now 2.4 seconds off after his mistake. So a lot of people pushing hard across these final few laps. It's not quite worked out. Sometimes it doesn't always pay to push too hard. Sometimes you just got to bank the points, but if you don't try, you don't know. Let's go to the penalties just to make sure nothing's happened. Yeah, so everyone with penalties has a 3 second. So right now Gord is in trouble. Well, not trouble. He'll only lose 1 place actually, so he's okay. No one's really in trouble. And apologies, right next to me, completely missed that. Justin on the inside of Martin. So he wants to get that place. He wants to keep that place from Martin, I should say. And well, it might not matter too much, but still, we love a bit of on-field battles nonetheless. The real problem here for Justin is he's actually set to lose 2 places. So apologies, yeah, he is in a little bit of trouble. Gord needs to push on as well to try and escape Martin. So Martin is, and I'm sure he's realised this, Martin has a great opportunity to jump 2 drivers. And let's see how that all works out. But anyway, Mr. Bean beginning his final lap of this race, lap 27 of 27. And this is round 6 of the Performance Racing League at Monza. It's been a terrific drive actually from everyone. Mr. Bean has led the way pretty much all the way through, ever since I think turn 1. So after the race start, really good stuff from him. He's now almost 3 seconds clear of his teammate. And yeah, very good driving indeed. But going back down the order, let's see. So Justin ideally wants to get past Martin. Let's see how this works out. In terms of Gordsos has not pushed on. Yeah, he's pushed on enough to escape from Villeneuve. But it looks like Martin is in a great position here to get P6. Oh, Martin side by side onto the gravel. Snap of oversteer. Don't think it was anyone's fault. But he'll be so disappointed with that, because that could not have happened at a worse time. And Justin shaping up, trying to get past Villeneuve, who suddenly is in 7th place here. And that's completely saved Gord Sauce. But anyway, let's go back to your potential race winner. He's going through Parabolica for the final time. Mr. Bean 2024, which I hope was not the year he was born in. And he is across the line and takes 1st place. What a drive. Joe in 2nd. And what's happened to Spin? What's happened to Spin? Spin has messed up, or something's happened there. But Bass is suddenly in 3rd place. Spin and win 4th. He's got a pen. He holds it. Ramsey in 5th. He's going to hold that. And then Gordon 6th. Martin gets past Justin just across the line. But does he jump Villeneuve? No. So with all that fighting, actually, the pens didn't make too much difference. You've got Rusty now crossing the line. He does get past Butler because of the pen. So there was one change. Rusty gets 10th. Just. And we are now just awaiting Ghost, Cax Supreme and Boltslinger. Good driving all round. Wow. A lot of changes through the final couple of laps there. But, well, terrific stuff. Really, really good. Yeah, Monza pushes back. Very difficult conditions. Ramsey driver of the day. It's not. I think that's a pretty good shout. For me, it has to be Mr. Bean or Ramsey. for driver of the day. Really good stuff from both of them. But here we go. Wow, that is sassy. I have never seen that. That's actually hilarious. Congrats, Mr. Bean. Great win. Fastest lap as well for the McLaren driver. And he is extending his lead in the PRL standings as we go to round 7 next weekend. Joe takes second place. Really solid. Just slightly slower all the way through. And GK Bass with a terrific podium, has to be said. He really had a safe, conservative race. Bided his time and was very clean. The penalties, or lack of, really helped him there. Spin and win in 4th. He'll be happy with that. And Ramsey in 5th. Perhaps driver of the day. Terrific performance considering everything that happened. Great race pace. Gordon 6th. I think he'd be quite happy with that in the end. Villeneuve 7th. Terrific stuff. Martin 8th. Justin in 9th. Maybe disappointed. Rusty 10th. Butler 11th. Ghost 12th. Cac 13th. Boltslinger 14th. And then Noob, Shadow and Todokori DNF'd 15th to 17th. And ignore the driver in 18th. But that is it for today. Your commentator today was Lucasade. This was round 6. And if you're interested in joining, of course, just there's, I think, links in the Twitch for the Discord. If not, just stay tuned for next weekend, 7 days' time. Same time, same place, and we will be back. Otherwise, have a great weekend and enjoy the start of your week. Take care.